Blackiechainz football guys, we're here to light the fire. Spitting facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that passion won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another live episode of the Light the Torch podcast, and it is basically a bye week. It's the postseason now for USC, and we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking about what bowl game that USC is going to be playing in. We're also going to be discussing about the CFP prediction, or not predictions, but the brackets that just came out, and kind of talk about why certain soft teams should join a conference. So we'll go ahead and talk about that. Maybe Guns may have some recruiting updates. We'll also talk about some transfer portal needs and some of the departures that we just recently had here. So, but let's go ahead and introduce everyone. Of course, on my right, we got Mr. B. Jones. How's it going, B. Jones?
Right on.
All right, and of course, to the bottom right, we got Guns. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good, guys. Fight on.
All right. And underneath me, we got Raul. How's it going?
Going great. Joined Sunday. Notre Dame didn't get to the playoff, so it's a good Sunday so far.
Yeah, I'm a little sad about the Bears losing to Green Bay, but other than that, I'm doing fine. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it here. So real quick, we got to give a shout out to Christen here. Don't let ND slide. Let's talk about Notre Dame taking the ball and going home. They literally just did that. Like I haven't been on Twitter all day, but Notre Dame is just throwing a little temper tantrum that the team that beat them is in the playoffs right now. So, and they're not going. They have declined to go into a bowl game, which I guess is the second or the third team to do that. I think Kansas State and who else said that they're not going to be in a bowl game?
Iowa State.
Iowa State. It's been
Iowa
more
State,
since then, but yeah, it's pretty much
okay.
everyone
So,
seems like.
I'm pretty sure Iowa State's a little bitter that they lost their head coach right now. But yep, let's go ahead and talk about it. Of course, yeah. Sorry, Christen. Yeah, thanks for the $5 donor. Really appreciate it here. And then hit us with the SC news. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the departures that USC has just had in the portal. So Carlon Jones is entering the portal. Matai Tagovailoa is entering the portal. Garrison Madden is entering the portal, and Micah Benuelos is entering the portal. And who else? Makai Sienna is going into the portal.
Anthony Beavers,
and Steve
Miller.
Steve Miller, yeah. Steve Miller is going into the portal. So we're having
Carlon Jones.
Yeah, mentioned him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're losing some. There's some shockers that I was not expecting here. So what are you guys' thoughts about these guys that are entering the portal? So B. Jones, you kick us off.
Oh yeah, there's obviously some shockers. We talked about it last week. The ones that hurt us the most here at Light the Torch are the ones we built relationships with. Obviously, like the Jackson family, as well as Carlon Jones as well.
Roy's always in our chat. So
right. Shout out to Roy Benuelos, man. That was on. I mean, you kind of understand though. It's a business. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at in college football today. There is a few head scratchers though that kind of left us all a little surprised and confused. But I mean, Chad hasn't given us any reason not to trust his plans, right? So I think we should all continue to do something. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I think each departure is part of the plan, from what I'm gathering. So that's just my overall on that.
All right. What about you, Guns?
Yeah, I mean, all of these guys definitely part of the plan, like B. Jones said. Again, we never want anyone to leave. It's just the new business and age of college football. Honestly, the biggest head scratcher to me personally is Matai, the linebacker. I understand, right? He didn't have much production, but I just thought that he could, have a role next year and into the future years as well. So I'm kind of surprised with that one. I would say that's the biggest one personally. But yeah, at the end of the day, these guys are going to be replaced with some guys that we're going to look to get in the portal in January. And at the end of the day, we have 35 players coming in, right? So there's this, they have to find that right formula to, fit the whole roster in terms of, okay, who's going to be able to be in the two deep next year, who's potentially going to start next year in terms of the 35, and then, okay, hey, who can we find in the portal to actually make an impact? So fully trust Chad Bowden and what he's going to do, and excited to see what we do in January.
Yeah. What about you, Raul?
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate to see these players go. And wish them nothing but the best. Hopefully, they find a good place for them, and they can turn their early career around. I mean, in terms of a lot of the players that left have a ton of years of eligibility there for the most part. So hopefully they find a good home and they can turn things around for them. I think that, like B. Jones and Guns mentioned, it's part of the plan from Chad Bowden. Probably very transparent with them and kind of let them know where they stand currently in the roster, and that maybe gave them a hint of what to expect in the portal. And that's more than likely what drove the decision from some of these players to, make that jump. It's a big year for us next year, year 5 for Riley and Chad Bowden. I'm sure he wants to, get that first playoff appearance. So I think we're going to be heavily involved in the portal for some big time players.
Yeah, I definitely believe that there is a method to all this. Chad knows what it takes, especially being at Notre Dame. I bet he's glad that he got away from Notre Dame after what's going on over there. I'm sure he would not have made that kind of decision to throw a little temper tantrum about it. But Matai was definitely a head scratcher for me. I was really shocked by that one. But other than that, it does suck seeing some of these guys leave, like the ones that we've had the pleasure of getting to know their parents, especially Dr. Marion Jackson. It sucks to see her boy go, but I trust that Chad has a lot of things going on in the background. I'm sure our boosters are going to be looking to really sell out for the transfer portal this season. So I think this will probably be. I know they don't want to rely on the transfer portal, but we already have the foundation right now. We just need some of those missing pieces right now. So I think we're going to find those missing pieces in the transfer portal. So right now, in Chad Bowden, we trust, but we'll have to see how this transfer portal window goes.
Right.
So, any last words we want to say about the transfer portal departures?
Let's see.
I mean, it's just going to be one portal window this year, so those names need to pop out sooner rather than later. So that's probably the biggest reason why a lot of these names started popping up already.
Yeah, we'll see a lot more, obviously, in this next coming weeks. But Joe Boy says Gus Cordova would have played a lot next season. We don't know that. We can speculate. We don't even get practice reports, so we don't know what was going on.
Yeah, we don't know how he is progressing.
Right, but assuming that he was good, some of it may have to do with us clearing some space financially too. You know what I mean? So going into more of NFL model, man. So sometimes that makes sense, just like we saw last year in our receiver room.
Yeah, and we're going to have we have some good returning talent coming back who's had a lot of snaps, and we have a lot of incoming freshmen at that position that are definitely going to see some playing time. I feel like, especially Luke Waithel, he's definitely going to be getting in there, but it's definitely going to be interesting because we have Braden Jones coming in. I feel Sean Scott's going to be kind of off the edge a lot more, and but yeah, it sucks to see Gus go. He was definitely a fan favorite, but it is what it is. That's the business of college football now. College football is not the same anymore. If you guys expect these guys to always stick around, good luck, because there's people talking in the background. So, shout outs to B Jenks for showing up. Appreciate it. All right. Do we any last words? Guns, Raul?
Don't freak out. I was gonna say, don't freak out if you see certain names.
Right.
I mean, I know a lot of people have been freaking out about Cam Crawford, especially every time his mom posts anything on Twitter. Like, she's even had to address that on Twitter. So don't freak out about that, and don't be trying to hit her up on her DMs asking what's going on with every little tweet that she posts. Like,
Right.
she doesn't need that. So
Shout out
okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into the. Do we want to talk about the transfer portal needs, or do we want to talk about the CFP real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about CFP. We can get to our needs afterwards.
All right, so let's talk about the college football playoff brackets here. And let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I had it at one point, but yeah. So there's some notable teams that were left off that here. So actually, let's see. I guess I'll pull up ESPN's.
I guess by notable you mean not BYU. I agree.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm okay with it.
Make it. So let's do this here. Let's go around. Do you guys think they got it correct? So I'll start with Raul, since he's already kind of given us his thoughts.
Absolutely not.
You don't think they got it right?
No, Alabama has no business being in there, in my opinion. BYU deserves it over them, in my opinion. They've lost twice, right? And they lost versus the number 4 ranked team in the nation. So, in my opinion, BYU deserves to be there over Bama. And then the G5 teams, like if you want to make a case for Bama and these other schools, like, they need to get rid of this G5 teams. Like, Tulane has no business being in there, or James Madison, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, I know that that's a rule they have in place, but I hope they get rid of it, because those teams do not deserve to be there, in my opinion.
Yeah. What about you, Guns? Do you think they got it right?
Yeah, I mean, overall, yeah, they did get it right. I agree with Raul in terms of the G5s. The G5s this year just they suck. I'm sorry, like, I hate to break it to you guys. If you don't think that they suck, they're gonna lose by 50 points these games. Like, it's just pointless, in my opinion. So, from that standpoint, I'd rather just have P4 teams in there and just battle it out. But other than that, yeah, they got it right. Bama shouldn't have gone in just because, it's Bama. I'm not a fan of the SEC bias, but it is what it is. And but yeah, the whole G5s is hopefully we can get past that in the future. So,
all right. What about you, B Jones? Do you think they got it right?
I agree a little bit with both Guns and Raul. Bama definitely shouldn't be in there. You know what I mean? It just, not only do they have the most losses in the playoffs right now, but they just look terrible their last showing, which was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So that performance alone should have kept them out of it, in my opinion. But as far as the G5 thing, man, I don't know. I think they need their own playoffs or maybe a play-in or something. And give them one spot, or not one as in ranking, but give them one spot, the winner of the play-in tournament or something. I don't know. Something's got to give. Something got to happen because this current thing ain't working, man. There's no one that is going to pick JMU to beat Oregon and Eugene.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, something's got to give. But something needs to happen. Needs to be some kind of change as far as this group of 5 thing moving forward.
Yeah, see, when I'm looking at this, when I see JMU and Tulane, it's like they basically just got invited because mom told them that they need to invite their little brother to hang out with the big boys. So, like, really, Oregon has an easy path. Basically, they have a first round bye. Ole Miss, it's going to be interesting because they don't have Lane Kiffin right now, but that should be a game that Ole Miss should win. Like, what is it? James Madison, they're ranked 19th, and then Tulane. Is Tulane even ranked? I don't think Tulane's even ranked. Or they're ranked in the AP, or I mean the coaches, but not in the AP. So, granted, that doesn't really matter. But it's just like, what is Tulane doing there? It makes no sense. And Alabama has lost to Oklahoma, and they lost to Georgia. So they lost to 2 of the teams that are in the playoffs. That makes sense. If Miami or if Notre Dame is not in there because they lost to Miami, then what is Alabama doing there? That makes no sense. They basically just held that just for Notre Dame, but not for Alabama. They didn't punish Alabama for it. But also, it kind of, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but Notre Dame really needs us at this point. Without us, they would not even been in the discussion. So,
but the thing I dislike, the SEC bias continues because Lincoln Riley's first year, we lost to Utah on a last minute, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like a last minute field goal in the regular season or something like that. And then in the playoffs, Caleb got injured in the championship game. So why did we get punished that year? And then all of a sudden, Bama doesn't get punished and they don't get brought down because, it was a championship game loss.
Granted,
3 letters.
It was a 4-team playoffs at that time. So I kind of
regardless.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but there was a team that had a better record behind us at that point too. So. Because TCU did lose in their championship game, but that was their one and only loss. But either way, like Alabama, they still think Nick Saban's there, but whatever. See,
it was a 2-point conversion to Utah, the one I'm talking. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, the first game was a 2-point conversion. The second game is Caleb was getting hurt. So. Yeah, so Tulane is ranked in the AP, but they're not in the coaches right now, I think. Let me just go back.
Then for all the Notre Dame fans out there crying about Miami making it, they beat you guys head to head. I don't care if it's week 1 or week 10. They beat you guys head to head. Game 1 matters just as game 12 in this regular season.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at least next year, Alabama's not going to be able to schedule some cupcake teams in week 9 or whatever. So,
but have you guys seen a Notre Dame schedule for next year? It's even worse than this year.
Is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, their toughest opponent is probably going to be us next year.
Wow.
That's the only opponent they have is going to be versus us.
But to be fair, we should be everybody's toughest opponent.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to get there at one point, but but just going back to why you guys don't make it, you guys are not in a conference, and then you guys schedule these weak-ass schedules. So stop crying about it. You guys should do your guys a favor and join a conference.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah, you made a mistake there, Blackiechainz, by telling
Yeah.
Christen he was right.
yeah. Now he's going to keep telling us that he was right. But all right. Any last words about the CFP brackets before we move on to the transfer portal needs?
We didn't even talk about our own Alamo Bowl.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that here. So USC is going to the Alamo Bowl. Do we know who's going to be in the Alamo Bowl? I didn't see that.
Yep. The team that you just mentioned a few seconds ago, TCU.
Okay. All right. So USC playing TCU. What is their record? Are they even ranked right now?
8-4.
I think they're 8-4. Yeah,
8-4 at the Alamo Bowl. Okay. So what are you guys' thoughts about that then, B. Jones?
Some people seem disappointed. I'm not. I feel like we get to go in there and team that we should win and get to play our young guys and get them some valuable experience. You know what I mean? But we can't take anybody lightly, man. They're 8-4. We're 9-3. So, you know what I mean? I know on paper we should be a lot better than them, but football is football, man. We can't take if we haven't learned nothing else, man. We shouldn't be taking nobody lightly. You know, so I know some people are finding it hard to get up for this game, I guess, for fans, because TCU is not really, being a TCU of past. But regardless, man, I mean, it's a bowl game, and we need to go win it, regardless. You know what I mean? So support the team anyway.
Yep. What about you, Raul?
I mean, I'm okay with the opponent. Like B. Jones said, we can't take a team lightly. We're going to be missing a lot of key players on our end. Makai, more than likely, he's not going to be playing that game. Jacoby. Obviously, the players that are entering into the transfer portal are not going to be there. So it's going to be a really young team. So I'm actually okay with this opponent. Because I'm hoping that, we can end the season with a W and win that bowl game and go into the off season on the positive note.
Yeah.
And then TCU, like what's it called? It's pretty much a home field advantage for them since it's a small little drive for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your thoughts, Guns?
Yeah, excited that we got a bowl game and we accepted it, unlike some other program, and great opportunity to get the 10th win. I just thought it was interesting that Alamo Bowl committee, kind of turned down a lot of Big 12 teams and decided with TCU. They didn't want BYU because they were in there last year. And then obviously with the Iowa State, Kansas State situation, then I guess Houston they didn't even want. So just fascinating how it all, turned out. But hey, at the end of the day, we're going to be there and we're going to get the W.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just excited to see some of the younger talent. Maybe get to see Corey Sims out there. Tanook's probably going to have a chance to kind of really take over as the wide receiver one, unless Jacoby Lane decides to come back. So we'll see if he decides to. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see some of the younger guys. I'm sure we'll see Riley Wormley out there. Hopefully, Wayman's going to be healthy for that game and he can get back in there and get back to playing on the field. But
to be honest with you, I don't want him to play that game. Just fully heal, Waymo.
Fair enough.
Go into the next offseason, make sure that knee's completely 100% right.
Yeah. King Miller is more than capable to take the majority of those snaps. So either way, as long as we get the W and have a 10-3 season, definitely looks good for recruits, and we'll have a lot of momentum going in. So,
Right. I have a question. Do you guys think that Lincoln will allow the transfer portal players to play? The guys that we have in the portal right now.
do you think they're going to want to play?
No, I think maybe.
Some did last year, right? I could be wrong.
Yeah. It'll be the last
some
chance.
did play last year.
Yeah, I mean, to answer your question, Bean Jones, I I think he will allow some of the guys to play if that's what they want to do. So yeah.
So get to see Anthony Beavers play one more time.
Right, and that'll be, let him go out one last game in the Trojan uniform if he's healthy. Not only that, it gives those guys a chance to put a little more on film too for the next school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I can't remember who played in that. Who transferred that also played in the game last year, but. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when we start to hear of people sitting out. I'm sure we'll find out before bowl game prep if Mackay is going to be playing or not. So
yeah, we should know in the next couple of weeks, is what Lincoln said.
Yes, and he better win the Belendikov. So, that would be the biggest robbery if he doesn't win it. So the Cardinal and Bold says, "You guys think Lane is leaving?" It's a 50-50.
It depends. Yeah, it depends. I mean, he's not going first round, that's for sure. At least from mock drafts. I mean, it's not for sure. I don't know what scouts are thinking out there, but based on what we're seeing in mock drafts, he's not projected to go in the first round. If he comes back, I think he can play himself into the first round. So, I mean, it's really up to Jacoby if he's willing to take that risk and come back next year and then play himself into that first round.
See, me and B Jones were talking about this before the show, and I was looking at a list of all the receivers that have some stats or whatever, and right now, this wide receiver draft is not going to be that stacked. We all know that Mackay is definitely the best one out there. Then there's Cornell Tate, and then who else? Who else is
Tyson? Jordan Tyson, I believe he'll be going. But yeah, you're right though. It's not a deep
Jordan
class.
Tyson. What's his name? Bell from Louisville. He's been pretty good. So other than that, there's no one. Casey Concepcion or whatever. Concepcion. There's really no one that's really of note. Everyone's right now waiting for Jeremiah Smith to come out, and if he's pretty much already locked in, no matter what happens to him, to be a first round pick. Everyone's just already penciling that in. So I don't know if he wants to be in the same draft as Jeremiah Smith in that situation, but who knows?
Yeah, to answer the question, I do think he's gone. He'll be gone.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still a little 50-50 on whether I think he is or not. But I would like for him to come back. I mean, not for my own selfish reason. I think he could play himself into first round, like Raul mentioned, and really set the stage for the younger guys too, man. They're gonna need some leadership. Jacoby's been stepping up as a leader these past couple years. So I think it would really benefit, and I mean, it gives us a better chance to really make a push next year. Being with Jaden have a familiar receiver coming back with him as well. So
Anthony James says Zeus Robinson. Yeah, he had a pretty good season actually, so I could see him leaving.
So I have a question for you guys. What do you think Jacoby Lane's grade will draft grade will be, round grade or whatever that term is?
I could see between second and fourth.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's say second and third. Third being the latest, obviously.
Yeah. Anthony James says third round for that. We'll see. I really hope he does stay. Definitely will give a lot of experience in that room. In that situation, do you think if he does decide to come back, do you think we're still going to go pretty heavy in the transfer portal for a wide receiver? No. Nick Marsh?
I don't.
Maybe not if he comes back, no.
Yeah.
Maybe pick up one at the most.
If we can pick up Nick Marsh, that'd be great still.
No, Nick Marsh won't want to come here if we get Lane, and then vice versa. I think they want to be the number one receiver for sure.
Yeah, I could see some of our wide receivers jumping in the portal at that point.
There's no portal window after though.
Yeah, I want to see. I don't know. I just have a feeling that we may hear Ryan Williams jump in the portal.
You think so?
And look, I'm not.
His wide receiver coach is gone, so yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense.
I personally just think he needs a new start, man. Fresh start somewhere.
Well, he had a decent season. He didn't have like the season that he had last year. But Anthony James says, I heard Marsh is a heavy lean, LSU lean. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. That I heard that they're going to be ponying up a lot of money for transfer portal. So, and our boy B Jenks, if Lane comes back, you won't need to pick one up. Oh yeah,
He ain't lying though. He ain't lying.
I definitely do think he would be in the talks for Bolitnikoff as well next year, as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want Lane to come back for two reasons. Work on his leadership skills, not only just for him, but to show the NFL guys that he's a leader out there, because they really look into all that. So I feel like if he can do that this year, take on that leadership role, and be a mentor for these younger wide receivers, it would go a long way for him in the NFL. And then like just work on his craft one more year here and play himself into that first round.
Yeah.
Not only that, man, I think he needs to develop his body a little more too. I think that would be helpful for him going to the next level.
Especially like being he did pretty good with blocking this year, which I was happy with. So, but Cardinal and Bold says rumors Lane Kiffin is working with $25 million. That's going to be rough to compete with, but
I think we got it, man. From what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's basically going to be a battle between us, LSU, and probably Texas Tech still. Let's see. USC will be able to find another receiver in the portal. I'm not worried. I am worried about the defense next season. Yes, everyone's worried.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and let's talk about our transfer portal needs, since that will be a good segue for this here. So, transfer portal needs. Give us your positions of need that you feel like that USC needs to hit heavy. That is probably going to be the most important to hit good in the transfer portal guns.
Okay. Yeah. So in no particular order, definitely think we can get one cover safety. I say 1 to 2 D tackles. And this is based on the current, who's leaving and stuff like that. So anything could change, obviously. And then I'd say 1 to 2 linebackers. And then again, going back to the wide receiver conversation, if Lane does not stay, then yes, you go and find maybe one wide receiver that has some experience. If Lane stays, then no, we don't need another wide receiver. Again, these, and this is more speaking in general, these young bucks coming in, most of them are gonna play. They're gonna be in the 2 deep, gonna be in rotation. So again, we're not gonna be getting a 15, 20 person portal class. I'd say 10 max, and I think that's big for what we have.
So which one do you think is the most important out of what you just mentioned?
Most important, it is linebacker. Yeah, I'm gonna say linebacker.
All right. What about you, B. Jones? What's your wish list?
I'm gonna start with 2-0 techniques, man. We definitely need a 0. I'm gonna say we need one old as a veteran, and one young. I would take 1 or 2 linebackers as well. We need a true middle linebacker. Someone who plays the middle linebacker position and has always played the middle linebacker position and know everything that goes into playing the middle linebacker position, and with proven stats. So I mean, I'll take Kamari House too. You know what I mean? But my main focus is on defensive side. I think we're good offensively, especially if Lane comes back. But something that we didn't even mention, man, we still got Prince Strong and Zacharias Williams as well. On top of having the young guys, so
You just took my stuff, B Jones.
yeah,
You're
I
reading
think-
my notes, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even see your face to see your notes, but no, but yeah, man. My focus would be more on the defense side of the ball. Safety, we're good. Maybe one more veteran corner. I know Guns is opposed to it, but
I am, yeah.
so maybe take it. I mean, you know, we'll see how these guys. That's why I really want to see how these young guys play in this bowl game,
Yeah.
and now we'll be able to determine what we need a little more.
I mean, sometimes the bowl game doesn't really tell us everything. We thought Miller Moss was going to be that, and then what happened with that? So,
No, we just-
but yeah. What about you, Raul? Give us your most important need out of the transfer portal.
If just one position or
Give us your most important, and then you can stack on after that.
I mean, for me, the most important, it's obviously a linebacker. Like they've been saying, we're losing Gentry. And Jaden Walker and Devin Stevens were still young, still learning the position. So I think getting a veteran linebacker that's proven, it's going to be really big for us, not only for that, but then to help the others on the team as well. So we really need that. And then defensive tackles, we're definitely going to need that as well. I'm not too worried about the wide receiver position. Like B. Jones said, we've been hearing a lot of great things about Zach Williams. And he said, don't be surprised to, see him break out next year from what we're hearing. So, aside from that, just focusing more on the defense in the portal.
Yeah. What do you guys think about what Joe Boyd is saying here about Marsh? He's not a
we don't
superstar.
need,
He's a great receiver, but not a star.
we don't need him to be a superstar.
That's fair.
But yeah, definitely for me, it's a toss-up between linebacker or zero technique. We just need to really focus on stopping the run. I feel like we have the pieces to be better for the cornerbacks. Safety is definitely iffy. With we have some good potential back there with CP and Kennedy, and then also having Alex getting more playing time. But other than that, like linebackers, definitely kind of, I feel like let us down this year. We thought this would have been more of our kind of strengths coming into the season. Maybe we need to hit transfer portal for maybe a coach, but other than that, I'm just not worried about offense unless maybe center, just to kind of have some depth for that position. But other than that, we really need to run stop needs to be the all-time focus for this offseason.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Is there any players, is there any wish list players that you have in your mind that you would want to jump in the portal that we would go after? Is there any players that you can think of right now? And I don't care who answers.
KVA.
KVA.
That would be my...
He ain't leaving. That would be on my wish list, but I wouldn't even put him out there because we all know he ain't leaving.
I don't know. Maybe he feels some type of way about not going to the bowl game.
Yeah, who knows? Madden, I mean, I was also hearing, weren't they going to start showing him off or whatever, but they didn't even get to play a game with him. Madden from Notre Dame, the linebacker.
He started playing after KVA got hurt.
So that's just one game, if anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he could have got this bowl game and he's not going to play it, so he might reconsider.
Maybe, yeah.
But he's still young, too. He's not proven, right? So
Marcus Freeman might be headed to the NFL anyway, so you never know.
What to coach at Pittsburgh?
No, I don't know. Just hearing some rumors. That's all I know.
No, I don't think he's leaving. I think
Would be dumb, but
I think he's a college guy. He doesn't seem
I
like
agree.
something that would fit the NFL.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, people were saying that. I think I saw some people saying that we need some CBs, but I think Chasen Johnson. I think when he comes back healthy, I think he has a chance to kind of step in there with a full season, off season with this defensive coaching staff. So,
And Prophet Brown's still coming back next year, right? At least
It's
a
not
year.
official, but that's the
as long as we
plan,
can get that medical.
Yeah, there's no reason why he shouldn't get that waiver. But like you mentioned about Chasen Johnson, the only thing I had to, and this is why I say maybe we should pick up another veteran corner, is just the injury history, man. We don't know what that return is going to look like. I'm not saying he's not capable of having a full return, obviously, but sometimes the injuries go either way. You know what I mean? For the same reason, people mention maybe picking up Jalil Florence from Oregon. I'm like, I don't know, man. The damaged goods is probably a thing that we should probably avoid, man.
You know what? We also need to try to get a punter. I'm sorry, Sam Johnson, but
he's gone anyway. So yeah, don't.
Oh, is he a
don't-
senior?
No, don't. Yeah, don't have to say sorry. See ya.
okay.
See ya, Sam.
Damn, man, it's tough.
But we do have a young punter, kind of like Ryan Sierra. So maybe he shows up and balls out. But I agree. You go in, try to find a punter.
Is he Australian?
I wouldn't
honestly,
mind.
I don't know. I just know I believe he's a Cali kid.
I
so.
wouldn't mind if we got a rugby kicker. I think rugby kickers make it significantly harder for teams to have any punt returns, and that's what our special teams just killed us this year. So
Yeah, they definitely allowed the.
I mean, we lost 2
the
games
gunmen to
because
get
of
there.
it.
yeah,
So at least we lost 2 games because of it.
I definitely believe our kicking game is Ryan did a great job this year already, but I think he's definitely going to be way better next year. So I'm not worried about that. We just need to do better at kickoff return and punt returns.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. Damn, Carter Sports does not like chasing.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna need you to put in a big donation if you want to make that happen this week.
Bro, we can't even take your word for it. Even if he did put up money, can we even take your word for it?
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
How many times have we found out already? Plenty of times.
Yeah.
Fool us once. Shame on. Wait, how does it go? Fool us once. Shame on me, or shame on you. Fool us twice. Shame on.
You botched the BC. That's enough.
Get some help.
Either way, though, how many times have you fooled us, Roll, with saying that you're gonna kick? It's been it's been 2 years pretty much at this point.
Has it been?
Yeah.
Probably, huh?
So, Roll is kicking.
Hell yeah, Anthony James. You're damn right, man. Can't go wrong with that at all.
So we've already stopped asking you to kick a football at this point because we know it's never going to happen. No rebuttal roll. I was hoping for something. I was hoping that you'd surprise us with some footage like I did.
Nah, I don't got footage right now, man.
All right, let's see what else. What else can we talk about at this point? Let's do this. Let's touch on this here. Who will win the Heisman? Who do you think is going to win the Heisman this year right now? Do you think it's Fernando Mendoza's Heisman to lose? I don't know who else has really kind of stood out that
You want my honest answer on this, BC? All of them are whack this year. Not gonna lie.
Say what you told me before.
Yeah. Well, which part? Maybe we should punt on the Heisman this year, or Or maybe we should just give it to Genty from last year.
I mean, right now, I would say one of the best players right now is Makai Lemon. Like, he's the only one that really sticks out to anyone.
I know, right?
But we all know he's not going to get that. He better get the Biletnikoff. But either way, like, who do you think should get the Heisman guns?
Who should get it? Yeah, I guess I'll say Fernando still. He is the favorite after yesterday. You know, I was kind of okay with the Diego Pavia kind of talk, and he was the favorite at some point in the game yesterday, but the game-winning drive kind of solidified Fernando Mendoza's case, I guess. So, but I think overall it's just a weak year. You know, it's like it's just weak. So, but
Yeah, like the people, like the quarterbacks right now, like Julian saying, if he would have won it, if he would have won yesterday, I think he would have taken it all. But right now, like there's no quarterbacks that really kind of just stick out. Like where is what is Fernando Mendoza at when it comes to passing? Like he doesn't really stick out when it comes to his passing, really, does he? Like how many yards does he have? He has just under 3,000 yards.
he doesn't really throw a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. So they run the ball a lot more.
That's what I'm saying. All the stats from these quarterbacks this year, they're garbage. I mean, not garbage, but you get what I'm saying.
I think
in comparison to previous Heisman winner stats and all that, it just the stats aren't there this year.
I think at this point it's just about moments, and Fernando has had the most moments out of any of these quarterbacks to come back and win multiple times. He beat Oregon at Oregon. He beat Ohio State, which is one of the better defenses out there. What was that one game that he came back? Penn State led that game-winning drive at the very end. So he definitely has those moments that stick out to people that just say like that's the guy. But he doesn't. His stat when you see his moments and then you compare it to his stats, you're like, really?
Honestly, in my opinion, and I know they're our rival, but I feel like Jeremiah Love, if anything, might deserve it more over some of these players. I mean,
have they announced
the feeling well? You feeling well, Roll?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not. He did well. I mean, all these quarterbacks, their stats are garbage. I mean, compared to previous Heisman winners on the QB position. Like, compare Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams stats to this year's quarterbacks that are in the running.
Yeah, they're not close.
Yeah, if we're being honest, man, there's nobody in college football that's really just dominating their position like that.
Yep.
No, except for Makai.
True.
I don't know about that either. I mean,
yeah,
it's him and Jeremiah. I mean, I love Makai. I want him to win it. I think he deserves it. But Makai, Jeremiah, they got very similar stats. Makai's been I'm just gonna say this: what gives him the edge? He's got more rushing touchdowns than a passing touchdown. I haven't seen Jeremiah throw a passing touchdown, so just saying.
That's true. And he also does it in the punt return as well. So
yeah, that's true.
Granted, we didn't really get too many opportunities to do that, but either way, though, like the Heisman, I guess should just take a sabbatical right now.
Let's just skip it this year and just give it to next year. Give them 2 trophies next year.
Well, technically, Emmett Johnson had a better season than Jeremiah Love. Just saying.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who's that? What is that? The Nebraska running back?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, this year's Heisman candidates aren't great.
Yeah, like this is probably be one of the weakest Heisman Trophy winners in a long time. Like I can't really think of any like Heismans that have been this weak that has just been like, oh, okay, they won, I guess, whatever. But let's see. let me do this here. I forgot to mention that I put up a poll here about the CFP community, if they got it right or not. Out of 24 votes right now, 71% said no and 29% said yes, which is kind of interesting. But I'll keep that poll up until the end of the show. But other than that, anything else?
I have a question, Rick. Since we brought up the whole Heisman, who would be your Heisman winner in your opinion?
Fernando, just because he has the moments.
What about you, B. Jones?
Yeah, I guess I have to get the same reason DC said.
Same thing for you, Guns?
Oh yeah, Fernando.
Yeah, he said Fernando. And what about you then? Are you going to go with Jeremiah Love?
No, I'm just saying, I don't even think he deserves it. But saying all of these players aren't. No, I don't think no one really outperform anyone. I feel like they're all mid, in terms of their stat line. And like you said, Fernando gives the bigger Heisman moment, so he's probably going to be the one that wins it because of that.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the same thing with Caleb Williams. He had that moment against Notre Dame, and so that kind of helped him with that. But it's sad because I'm looking at Jeremiah Love's stats. He has good stats, but his best game was against us. Everything else doesn't really compare that well.
But there's a reason behind it. Look at Christen's comment. That's true.
Jeremiah Love have not played in the second half really since our game because they've been blowing everyone out. Yeah, that is true. But they've been playing some horrible games. They played Boston College, they played Navy, Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pitt. They destroyed Pitt. Syracuse, they destroyed Syracuse 70-7. So they haven't really been playing anyone. So other than us, even though he destroyed us on the ground.
Join a conference, Notre Dame. Join a conference.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been left out if you were actually in the Big Ten. Probably, they legit probably would not have been left out. But then they would have also had to play the Big Ten opponents too. So I doubt they would. Who knows if they would have left unscathed, because I'm sure they probably would have ended up having to play Oregon. But all right, so we're running out of kind of things to talk about here. We're close to the end of it, but we'll go ahead and open up the chat, or open up the to calls here. So if you want to jump in, Christen, if you want to jump in, I'm surprised you haven't already joined yet. But other than that, just if you want to come in here and talk about anything, talk about transfer portal, talk about the CFP or Heisman, let us know. We'll let you in. But if no one comes in the next 7 minutes here, we'll be out of here. So, but let's see. Which game are you guys most excited to see with this bracket here?
Hold on. We got to address something before, now that you brought up a big game. There was a big game yesterday to determine who's the last place finisher on our Pick'em League.
Yep.
Guns, I don't know if you want to talk. Bring it up, Guns.
Oh yeah, I lost. I picked Ohio State. Everyone knew that, but I picked Ohio State. I actually thought this was going to be a high-scoring game. What did you say the score was going to be, B. Jones?
What else?
34-31 or something like that.
Yeah, I said 3-point game. I thought it'd be a little higher scoring.
31-28.
I said it was going to be a 3-point game too, but I said 34-31. So that was the complete opposite. But other than that, I'm the biggest loser in this group here. So we'll be back again next year doing this. Shut up. Let's go ahead and bring it.
Always next year, BT. Always next year.
I just made some very questionable decisions, and I blame being high on a few of them.
It's a learning experience, You'll learn from it in the off season,
You there?
What's good, fellas?
What's going on?
That's man. Guns and B. Jones. Somebody called the Ohio State Indiana game.
Yeah,
I did.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Wait, did you call that score?
You said what?
Did you call the score properly, or what was your score prediction?
Oh, Guns didn't ask me to score. We were just talking earlier today about all four games, and Guns know what happened.
What
Yep,
happened?
yep.
You got all of them right?
Guns know what. But man, I was gonna share some because I want to talk about this Notre Dame, and it's my ball. I'm going home. One of my buddies is he's a Notre Dame fan, and he was complaining to me. So I this is how I tricked him though, and this is a question everybody can ask Notre Dame fans. I just let him do it, and then I just got quiet. Then I said, "Man, let me ask you something. If we beat Oregon and we finish 10-2, and USC got in the playoffs, and y'all didn't get in the playoffs, and y'all beat us head to head, would you? There's no way that can happen. There's no way that can happen. We beat y'all." I said, "But that's what you expecting to do with Miami?" it, it, it's the same thing, but I think my biggest gripe with the final rankings is one, Texas A&M should have been ranked higher than Ole Miss. They should have been flip flop, right? Two, Alabama definitely shouldn't be in there because what you're showing us and what you're teaching us is it's what happened is based off your helmet, right? The emblem on your helmet, because you can't say that Alabama can't be punished for playing in the SEC championship game, and then you turn around in your next breath and you punish BYU.
Right.
So it has to be one or the other, and I even with the commissioner, right, which really upset me and I thought was real dumb, that they said when he came to Miami and Notre Dame, the last thing they looked at was head to head. Like when you play head to head on the field, nothing else matters, right? Your comments about like all that stuff is just dumb. Like you do that when you don't have common opponents and you don't play head to head. But when you play on the field, that's it. Like that should have been real simple. That should have took 2 seconds because here's the fact, right? The fact is we played on the field, we won. Everything else is opinion. Who I think will win on a neutral field today? Who looks like they've been playing at the end of the year? Who looks better? That's all opinion. But the fact is, we played on the field and you lost. That's just plain and simple. That's all that matters. Because now, if they would have let Notre Dame in and not Miami, basically what you would have told college football is for us to play tough out of conference games don't mean nothing. Nothing. And for people to keep saying, "Oh, well, they have better losses," I mean, when have a loss become more important than a win? Like, what is this about these better losses, right? Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, like Alabama's going to be playing a team that they just lost to, and they also have another chance to play against another team that they lost to. They lost to 2 of the teams that are in the playoffs, and they're still okay with that. Yeah.
Well, Cardinal Bold, I see what you saying, but Alabama beat Georgia in the regular season. Yeah, but they also lost to the bottom of the barrel ACC, Florida State, right? And not only lost, they got tore up. BYU on the other hand, BYU only lost to one team, and it's the number 4 team in the nation, who's a really good team. Like defensively, that front seven can play against anybody. That's where their bread and butter is. Texas Tech last year in the portal, they spent good money on that front seven, and it paid off. They hit on theirs. That front seven of Texas Tech is for real defensively.
Yeah. All right, Christen, we're going to try to get the Cardinal and Bold in here real quick, but any last words?
Nope, man. Y'all be easy, man. Let him defend himself. For I'm pretty sure he's the one who voted that they got it right by letting Alabama in.
All right, well,
all right, fellas.
All right, Chris. I don't.
All right, see it. All right, the Cardinal and Bold is in here. How's it going?
How's it going? Listen, I know Chris is going to hear this. First of all, by no means am I an Alabama supporter or a endorser of the SEC. But this is how I look at it. So in the regular season, Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia was higher ranked when they beat them, I believe. They either were higher ranked at the time or they're higher ranked now. So the ranking matters. So when people say this loss is a damning loss, well, if you're ranked number 23 and you play the number 1 team and lose by 3 points, that still has value because of the rankings, right?
Yeah.
So back to Alabama. Alabama beats Georgia in the regular season. Now they have terrible losses, but they still made it to the conference championship, which has value. Then who do they play? A higher ranked team, which is Georgia, and they lose by like 2 touchdowns.
But they lost by 3 touchdowns. It was 28 to 7.
They lost by 3. They lost by 3.
That's bad.
It's bad. It's bad, but the comparison is only to Notre Dame, though. That's why I'm okay with Alabama in.
Yeah, but Alabama also lost to Florida State, what was their record by the end of this? They were they were 5-7.
Exactly. That counts as Georgia game out. I mean, yes.
Like Florida State, like they looked good at the very beginning, but then they just like spiraled down. They lost to Virginia, they lost to Miami, they lost to Pittsburgh, Stanford, they lost to Stanford, they lost to Clemson. So and they also lost to NC State.
Well, Chris just made a comment, but I'm not arguing against BYU. So this is what the coach of BYU said, and I understand where he's coming from. BYU only has 2 losses to a top 5 team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and they made it to the conference championship. I have nothing against BYU. I have nothing against Miami. My standpoint is Alabama's case is still better than Notre Dame's. The conference, the conference of the SEC, as much as I don't want to buy into their narrative all the time, that conference of the SEC has to carry more weight than an independent Notre Dame team. So Alabama making it to the conference championship and losing to a top 3 team, because Georgia's what is Georgia ranked now? 2?
I think so, yeah.
No, 3. They remain at 3.
So they're 2 or 3. And once again, here's the irony of it. The Oregons and the Notre Dames of the world want to clown USC, but then they need us to have value for their victory. Yep. So what is Notre Dame's best victory?
Us. Which
was at their field in the rain. Right. And for the people who actually watch the game know that we're one special teams kickoff coverage away from that being a potential win.
Yep.
All I'm saying is, I know I'm not saying that Alabama's not going to get smoked. I'm not saying they're going to go far, but what I'm saying is, to me, Alabama's resume in the SEC is stronger than anything that Notre Dame has to present. And that's why I'm okay with Alabama being in the playoffs.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but when you leave a team like BYU out,
yeah,
it's like neither one of them should be in the playoffs, if you ask me.
Yeah, especially BYU twice to Texas Tech, both big. BYU has only scored 14 points against Texas Tech out of both games that they played, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, and I think that one of the problems is the pre-rankings. Okay, so
that's the big problem in college football.
The other caveat is the overrating of teams. Okay.
Yep.
Prime example to start it off, USC wasn't even ranked. How are we even not? Listen, I know there were a couple years where we were given number 1 ranking and we were on Sports Illustrated, and that's debatable. But you can't never tell me there ain't no world where we're not a top 25 team.
Right. Not even the Hilton years.
Yeah, exactly. Hilton years. Even when we're at our low point, we still have first round draft picks on the squad.
Yep.
So my point is, I think Utah's a little overrated. I think Texas A&M is probably a little overrated. There's another team I can't think of that actually. Somebody made a great point. Somebody said that Ohio State, this was their first good team they played all year, and they lost.
I personally think Texas Tech is overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
Just because the same thing, they're not proven. I mean, they could potentially be the real deal, but like their best, I think the toughest team they've really played is what, BYU and then Utah.
Yeah.
So for Ohio State, they played Texas, which is a middle of the road team. They played Washington, which I think Washington's a good team. Kristen's back in here. All right, and then they played Michigan, which Michigan's a good team. Like they're not better than us. And then they played Indiana, which they got. Then they lost to Indiana. So I think they had a decent schedule, not a hard schedule, not anything to write home about, but they played some people.
Hey, I agree with Christen. Vandy. I mean, so yeah, the ranking part. It's like two systems at the same time. You got the conference champions, and then you got the ranking systems. I lean towards the argument that Urban Meyer said. Urban Meyer said the conference championship has to mean something, because if you ask the average person, and I'm not saying it would have been a landslide, but if you ask the average person, was Alabama a playoff team before they played that Georgia game, some people would say yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have gave them if they didn't have to play in the championship game. I probably would have put them into the
exactly, and that's what Urban Meyer was saying. Urban Meyer's saying that, well, that's the case, then why even play the conference? Let me opt out that game, because I'm going to get penalized for it.
So I have a question for you guys then, since you brought that up. You know how Oregon got ranked number 5? They didn't even make it to the conference championship game. So you think like Bama should be ranked higher than Oregon because they made it to a championship game?
No.
Man, that's a great question.
I mean, it just
because it depends on how much we value that SEC conference. I don't like that argument, but if we were in SEC land, they would say that they got the toughest schedule every year. So then there's value in that. But it's a great question, because the only reason Oregon is there is because they were ranked high in the beginning of the season.
Yep.
I mean, they got one loss as well?
Yeah, they have one loss to Indiana. So
yeah, so it's by no means is it not tough or complicated. Now that's why we have these conversations. But I just wanted to express that as far as Alabama. I hate to even try to defend them, but I just see where they're coming from.
All right. Well, we all know Chris is not going to agree with that, but
I know. Can I say one more other point?
Go for it.
Oh man, listen, man. I love USC football, so I'm gonna watch this bowl game, and I just want to see young, hungry dudes balling.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I just want to see dudes out there. Do you guys think Longstreet should? Okay, even if Maiava comes back, he wouldn't play the game, right?
I think Maiava plays.
Oh, you think he plays? Okay.
Even if he's coming back.
Okay. Do you think Longstreet should get like a quarter or a second half or something? Like,
yeah, I think you should get some packages. Run a 2-quarterback system.
I definitely think that they should sprinkle him in there, especially closer to the red zone. Definitely get him some opportunities, but we'll see. I didn't think that Lincoln Riley would do that at all this year, but we shocked us a little bit with some special packages, especially in the red zone.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt his red shirt, so do it. Why not, right? I mean, let him have some snaps.
And one last thing. I think one of the biggest surprises of the year, and we got to give him his flowers, is, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think Lake McCree made second team.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing for him, man.
He had a real bounce back season this year.
Yeah, salute to Lake McCree, man, because he had a big leg injury, like 2 years ago?
Yeah, the Michigan game, I think.
Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm not gonna hog the time. Fight on. Hey, let's annihilate TCU, man. Let's just go. Hey,
Exactly.
I need 5 sacks, man. I need something.
Something.
All right, you guys.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Fight on.
All right, we got our boy in here, Carter Sports. What's going on, Carter?
So with it. Fight on.
What's up, Carter?
Fight on, Carter.
Good, chilling, checking out y'all live. I see y'all live been growing. It's been getting bigger.
Appreciate it, yeah. So what are your thoughts about the CFP?
Yeah, y'all think Bama should be ranked higher than Oregon?
No, I mean, personally, I don't think so. I was just bringing it up. I said the wrong team. What I meant to say was Oklahoma and A&M because they're part of the same conference.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
No, I think longest ESPN. See, the NCAA gotta split the college football playoff up. Like ESPN got all rights. Like they need to split it between ESPN and Fox or whatever. But long as ESPN is controlling the college football playoffs, we always gonna see extra SEC teams.
Yep.
Always.
Do you think we're better off with the CFP or the BCS at this point?
At least more teams getting in because the BCS will only have 4. So we better at 12.
It'd be interesting to see how the BCS would have came up with a playoff team.
Right.
I think they probably would have done it better than what we're seeing with the CFP committee.
And the BCS, remember, it used computers too. So the computers gonna favor the SEC too because they rank so high in the preseason. So it is already a formula set for this. You rank all the SEC teams in the top 25, like 7 or 8 of them. So when they get in the conference, they losses don't hurt that much. They got a strong strength in schedule. So you might be Alabama, right? And say you lose to an overrated this pick Mississippi State or something. They gonna count that as a quality loss because Mississippi State came in the preseason ranked at 16 or something when they really not a top 25 teams. So when you put 7 or 8 teams in the top 25, they play cupcakes out of conference, then get in the conference, they all stay in the top 25 because they losing to each other, and it's the old quality loss, the SEC. So the problems start in the preseason rankings. If you put 7 teams in one conference, they're going to stay in the rankings because you're going to be like, oh, these are quality losses no matter who they lose to. So the formula already set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta change the preseason polls. Like, they should make no polls until like the 6th week, or don't even make no polls until the college football playoff poll come out. Even the college football committee wait to what, like week 7, 8 before they start bringing out the polls. It should be no preseason polls. You prove your strength of schedule not on preseason rankings, but on what you've done on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there should be any rankings period released until at least week 4 or 5.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like what college football need to do, we really just need to, everybody just need to get rid of the cupcakes. And before we get in conference, all the quality teams play each other, then we can rank the teams, right? So instead of playing them cupcake games, everybody should play marquee matchups the first 2 weeks. It should be all ranked matchups or non-ranked, right? All non-ranked matchups. So let's match up the top Big Ten teams with the top SEC. You know what I'm saying? The first 2 weeks. Then we could give an unbiased judgment. Okay, the Big Ten went 7-3 against the SEC. So we got to, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like eliminate the cupcakes. When you eliminate the cupcakes, then we in a better situation. Eliminate the cupcakes, eliminate the preseason poll, then I think other teams will have a better chance. But long as you got the preseason poll and then you could schedule cupcakes, you could skate in like this.
We all know Alabama, the SEC would not want that.
I'm just saying it's the only way to really make it fair. Because think about it, like all these SEC teams got in because of they preseason ranking. I mean, then Alabama gets spanked by Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. So if Florida State spanked them, and if Alabama say they wasn't ranked so high, they might have fell out the top 25 with that loss. So say if you like 17, 18, and then you get spanked by Florida State, you gonna drop out the top 25. But if you already at number 9, 8, you know what I'm saying? You probably drop the 5th, you know what I'm saying? And then you get in the conference play, you might lose again, but it's, oh, this is the conference. They lost against another ranked team that was overrated, but this gonna add positive to their strength of schedule. So it's tough. We got to tear down the whole system.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. No rankings till like week 5 sounds good to me, in my opinion. Just let the win-loss record dictate where you're gonna potentially be on like week 5 or so.
Exactly, because you could start our rank, like say if you start our rank number 5, and say you go the first 5 games, you go 3-2, you might still be in the top 25 depending on who you lost to. Then you might have a team that's undefeated in that same span, 4-0, but started out outside the poll and they barely in the top 20 because where they started.
Yeah, well, USC was 2-0, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or Notre Dame was ranked over USC being 0-2 or something like that.
Yeah,
which makes no sense.
That's the problem.
All right. Well, really appreciate it, Carter. And I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We're a little bit over right now. So any last words before we get out of here?
What y'all think about the bowl game? I came in late. I heard a lot of people like they don't like our matchup. I'm like, we shouldn't really complain. We might not have a roster to field a team. Because we got to cut like 30 players. I looked at our roster number count before the transfer portal, before dudes are hopping in the portal. We had 144 kids. We got to get down to 105. So we got to cut 39 kids. Well, we got some graduating, so at least we probably got to cut like 20. Like, so do we even want to play a good team when we gonna be down so many players? You feel me?
We're at 108 right now without including special teams, and then that does include Ramsey, Jacoby, and Lemon, right? So you cut those guys out, that's 105. So I mean, we're kind of right there. And
you think we right
108
there?
Does include the
walk-ons,
incoming class too. So we're right there. It's just there's still going to be some cuts, like you said.
Oh, so we closer to
close.
105 than I think. I thought.
And that 108 does include walk-ons too. So like, I would say we're, give or take, we're probably one walk-on a position. So I would say roughly we're at 98 scholarships, maybe. I don't know. Again, that's just throwing a dart out there right now, but we're close to that 105 for sure.
Remember, we got to give the Miller brothers scholarships too.
Yep,
we got the other
exactly.
So I don't know. Like, I ain't added up how many players like we got graduating and then counting on the ones going into the draft. I heard somebody rough estimate. I was listening to LAFB. He was like, we got like 20 to 25 players that gonna be graduating or that might go early, like Makai and Jacoby.
Yep. Yeah, we have 21 seniors, redshirt seniors combined, and yeah, there's probably a handful of juniors probably that will leave too. So yeah.
Oh, so we ain't that bad, dude.
Yeah, we're right there.
All right, y'all, for sure. Fight on.
All right, appreciate it, Carter.
I had to laugh at Fight on Natty's last comment real quick though, before you end it.
One of my sons ordered a Domino's pizza. The toppings are potatoes and bacon. What the heck?
Hey, the potatoes. Hey, that don't sound too bad. Hold on.
Potatoes?
I just like potatoes on anything. So I put potatoes on anything.
I mean, if it's like French fries, maybe, but like just like potatoes.
Yeah. Who put the French fries?
I didn't even think Domino's did that.
Y'all put y'all French fries inside y'all burgers?
Yes, I do. I've done that. Like I don't regularly do it, but I'll do it.
Milkshake. Did that shit in that milkshake, man.
Yeah, I've done that too. Especially like some Wendy's nuggets.
Yeah, there you go.
But all right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I'll go ahead and close out the poll here. Right now, the poll has been closed, and it said that 73% had said no, that the committee didn't get it right, and then 27 did say they did out of 30 votes. So that's definitely a little bit more. I did not think 27% would say yes, but other than that, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We'll figure out something for next week's show. See if we can get some people in here or whatever, because we're going to be going to bowl prep at this point. But yeah, until next time, we're going to get out of here. Keep the torch burning bright. As always, fight on.
Fight on.
Right on.
Right on.